3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10K. Jekyll's not gonna like this.
To my mom, I made it. Yeah, from the bottom, I made it. I'm one of the greatest. I tell him, get out of my way, bitch. Your loyalty fading. I see you all faking, and you already know what I'm saying. Cause the game you be playing is lame and you changing. You better get out of my way, bitch. Cause me and the squad, we all made it. Yeah, and I'm lazy when I write, but I ain't really playing most of the time. Cause I know I'm the greatest when I rhyme. When I rap, I'm shameless on the mic. All of y'all sound the same, I'm getting tired. I ain't got much faith on all you guys. Really focused on my age, I'm about to fly all the way to your place, I'll show the eye. I'm the boss of the game, you ain't my type. And Loopie finna reign, and the crown is mine. All you motherfuckers lame and thought that I would never really make it, but I'm flying to the top. Yeah, look at my direction, I'm trying to keep, but I'm moving when they want. They're spinning all the beats and all the single that I bought. I reckon with these
Weekdays.
That ain't. What up, everybody? Welcome back to
You're gay.
Bro, shut the fuck up. What up, everybody? Welcome back to another
My bad,
Loophole Podcast. My name is Loopie, your host. Alongside me is also your host, Lyrics, and special guest for today, Jelani. Moonah, say what's up.
Hello, everyone.
So,
Wagwan.
Yeah.
Jelani has been here before, so we're not going to be interviewing him, asking him the same fucking questions, because that would be fucking boring.
I would.
What up, Darius? Welcome. So really, this podcast episode is just to talk. That's it. We're talking as if we were all people just off camera, just talking.
We are people.
We are people, yeah. But I mean, like, you know, we're not off camera right now. We're on camera, so. You feel me? Anyways, how's everybody doing? Jelani, special guest, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty fine.
That is very nice to know. Lyrics, how are you doing? I can't speak.
Normal. I'm
Normal.
a bit nervous, not gonna lie.
A bit what?
Yes, because Portugal's nervous. Portugal's playing against fucking Belgium. But
Yeah, it's over.
I'm chill.
It's over. Ronaldo's gonna get injured.
As Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes gonna break his ankle.
And Nuno Mendes.
And
See, I mean,
he's
it's just
gonna break his neck. Everyone's
just
gonna die
depends
in
on-
Portugal.
Wow, wishing death on players like that.
I'm not wishing.
I was expecting more from the professional TikToker. I'm not gonna lie.
Look. The professional TikToker already got like 200 followers in less than a week. All right, we balling out. You were saying something, Jelani Moonah?
But yeah, it just depends on everything, really. Because we never know what's going to happen. When is this event supposed to happen?
In
This
15
Euro?
minutes.
15 minutes.
Few minutes,
He's
okay.
literally gonna leave in 15 minutes, basically. Why do you do
Yes,
this to me?
it's the event of my life.
Why do you do this to me? You can watch this on your computer.
No, it's family. It's family time.
You both are gonna be crying in the same room. Just be like, no, why did the Red Devils?
No,
The Belgium. Hazard.
Belgium defense is ass.
Yeah, but the attack.
That ass. Yeah, it's gonna be like 3-1.
1-0 for Belgium.
Well, I mean, there can always be a lucky shot.
This is live, LOD. This is live. As said on the Discord server, it's live.
Ooh.
We don't really do pre-recorded episodes that much anymore because they don't really do as well as the normal live ones. Why are you... Lyrics, you were saying something.
Why am I?
No. You were mouthing something.
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah,
Fam.
you said something. What up, Mike?
Mike JH, I can't believe it. Big fan.
Yo, Mike is a cool dude. Mike, you can join if you want. Actually, you said you wanted to join, so if you want, only Mike because he asked nicely.
Mike, join.
I like how when I see Lyrics' screen, I just see flashing green. Like, it's just flashing green.
Really?
Green?
I don't see.
Yeah, like I mean, like like the green, like when you talk. Sometimes when it's silent, all I just see is just
Oh,
lyrics.
yeah, oh,
Oh!
the
Oh!
yeah, the ring. Yeah, well now you can't see it anymore except for me because I talk too much. What up, Tux? Sorry I can't I can't hear y'all because I'm in a car, zooming with my parents, but I'm still here to vibe. My G.
We shit.
Hey. So, we have plans, all right, for the
So-
Loophole Podcast. We're not gonna hide that, all right, because if I was to be honest, we're really not bringing Jelani on this podcast for nothing, all right? And all I'm going to say is depending on things, okay? Depending on things,
Yeah.
depending on how we will work things out, things may change, and this is not a matter of replacing, but it's a matter of extending. I've said enough. So,
Dun dun.
so yeah, man, I'm excited for what's to come. Jelani has been doing a lot on his show, man. He's been doing a lot. Hey, a lot of things have happened on the show since the last episode of the podcast. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay. I mean,
Let's name some of like the events of the show. Like this doesn't have to be about Mickey Mouse, but
yeah.
it's about
Good.
just
Yeah, some events happen, just like apparently Doc is apparently getting the shit slapped out of him someday, apparently.
Oh yeah, because of
Hmm?
yeah, no.
It has to deal with like another person that wants to smack the shit out of him, so
Oh.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
That's
though
good.
it hasn't really happened as much as of late. I think the last time it happened was only a few weeks ago, like a couple of weeks ago.
I mean, look, man, when people talk, they tend to give up because they're like, you know what, I'm not gonna waste all my time on this person. I'm not gonna do anything anyways, so why waste my time since I'm not gonna do anything? I feel I feel that it's what some of the people that just talk shit on the show do or say. And something we've already talked about, Jelani, is that there's going to be a lot of prejudice about everybody. I mean, look, I'm the kid with the long neck, or I'm the kid with the fucking bushy eyebrows, or I'm the kid with the fucked up face or fucked up eyes. But guess what? I'm here. I'm chilling. Doing a lot better than other people because prejudice is basically what happens every time that, every time there's first impressions about somebody, it's always prejudicial, and it's always either hateful or something good. But
Oh, well, what Doc has told me is that the word is not prejudice, it's bigotry. Because prejudice is just your opinion on something. Like, if you like a certain type of ice cream or a certain type of color, that's prejudice. But when it comes to hating other people, then that's bigotry.
yeah, I mean,
Those words are way too smart for me.
bro, prejudice, bro. That's it, bro. I mean, things like any kind of first thought is prejudice anyways, even if it's bigotry. I mean, I'm pretty sure like one of the words in the definition of bigotry is prejudice. Or let's take the example of racism. The first word that shows when you define racism is prejudice. And the sad thing about it is that a lot of words actually surround prejudice, and most of the time it's not really that pretty. But that's
Yeah.
people. I don't know what people. I feel like the whole prejudice thing is just people being defensive for no reason. They're like, why do they despise the idea of another person that is maybe different fitting in with another group?
Yeah. But I think...
Sorry, go ahead.
But I think what it is it's either because of power or because of fear.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you think about it, bullying can be having power over someone else, but it can also be fear of them. So you tend to shy away from them. You tend to go away from them because really, prejudice could be either a power thing, bullying for example, or a fear thing, ignoring them.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought my mic was unplugged. Yeah, it's either because, I mean, if anyone inflicts any kind of damage, whether it's verbal or physical, it is always because it's a projection of themselves. They do this as a way of either therapy or as a way of just bringing themselves down, so they just do this shit. But to me, anyone who just inflicts any kind of verbal damage or physical damage, that person projects them, and that's what they see in them. I don't know if I'm making sense. I mean, Larix, if you remember, like the Loophole Podcast episode we did with We Scheme.
I'm lost.
No. We did with We Scheme, like where he was talking about the meaning of his mask.
About the... Yeah.
Remember, like just this guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was talking about how like the mask is like a projection of what others say type shit, and I thought that was like a really smart concept. So as I think about that, I'm like,
Makes sense.
yeah, that's probably just a life thing in general, not about the mask. So it's interesting. What else happened? Things have happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I kind of wonder.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of wonder about like judgment. I feel like the most judgmental people are basically the shy people because they judge themselves more than they judge other people. So I feel like they're really most judgmental.
Yeah, but again, any kind of pain or damage inflicted is always because it's always about that person. Like, it's always about the offender, not the offended, when it comes to the offender's thoughts, if that makes sense. But very quickly to switch this subject, I saw this last night. I don't know if y'all saw this, but Bryce Hall and his friends went on Omegle, and they did this little prank where they were talking about Bryce Hall in a boxing match, and people would be talking shit about Bryce Hall, and then Bryce Hall joins the stream, or like joins the Omegle, like he hops in the frame, and people like he expects people to switch up, all right, and be like, oh my god, hi Bryce Hall, but no.
But they don't.
They don't. They don't even switch up. They're like, fuck you, Bryce Hall. You got
Hey,
you got your shit rocked. You got fucking beat. And the guy was
Oh,
like,
is that on YouTube?
I saw it on Instagram. Oh, Chris is gonna join, I think. Hey, what up, Chris?
Chris. And I'm gonna leave. Hey, love you guys.
I mean,
Yeah.
what?
Hello.
Just as soon as Chris joins.
What happened?
We're
Yes.
doing the podcast. We're live. We've been live for 15 minutes. I'm sorry I didn't notify you sooner. I kind of almost forgot, but.
Oh, damn. Oh, that's fine. I'm out of here. Unless y'all want me to join.
You can stay here. I mean,
Oh, God.
if you want, only if you want. If you want to, I guess, take time, like, away because you're not ready or something like that, it's cool.
Let me get my headphones.
Okay. Oh, I guess he's here to stay. Let me switch up the text right here because it's wrong. Mike says, "What's up to Jelani?" and "What's up, E Crystal?"
Yeah. So you were talking about so let's go back to the Bryce Hall thing. So
Yeah.
people still had the same opinion about Bryce Hall, even if he joined it.
Of course. Like, this man, Bryce Hall, actually thought that he was going to
Y'all hear me?
get people to switch up on him, even though he was in frame. Yeah, I can hear you, Chris.
Okay.
But see, I think that's actually better than someone switching up when they see you, because if someone is going to talk to you the same way, no matter if they're in frame or not, like, I feel like that's better than someone just trying to lie in your face, saying, "Oh, I respect you," even though they're saying all of that trash about them. Because it's just honesty.
Yeah, no, nobody switched up a single bit, bro. It was a whole
Yeah.
minute-long video of everybody just being, "Yo, fuck you, Bryce Hall. You got your shit beat." Nobody fucking switched. Nobody was like, oh my God, is that Bryce? Well, I mean, there was one guy that was like, "Is that Bryce Hall?" But like, that's not switching up. That's just being like, "Wait, that's Bryce Hall." So it was hilarious when I saw that because nobody gave a fuck.
But like I said, at least they kept their honesty. So
Of course,
at least
that was amazing. I'll send you that clip once we're done with this. But it was funny as hell. It was funny as hell.
yeah.
Hold up. I'm in the process of fixing everything.
It's cool.
Sorry.
Speaking about boxing, what did you think about Deji?
Oh man, I was hurt. I was hurt so bad, man. It killed me, man, because that, like, everyone thought he was gonna win. Not a single person except for trolls thought that Deji had a chance to lose. All right, like nobody. Well, actually, Chris thought that Deji was gonna lose, and
Yeah, I knew he was.
and he got it right. But apart from that, I don't know anybody who didn't favor Deji in the whole fight. Like, he was the guy to fucking redeem himself, and he fucked it.
KXI did say that. KXI did say that if Deji practiced and Deji trained, then he would win. So technically, KXI was kind of like in the middle of it, because he knew that there was a possibility that Deji would lose because of him not training as well as he should have, because this isn't the first time that this has happened. This is the second time.
Yeah.
Because what I first saw about this is what I first saw about hearing Deji losing. I thought it was going to be a repeat of the whole Deji and Jake Paul thing,
Yeah.
where it lead to the KSI and Deji rivalry again. And I'm glad that that did not happen, because it shows that Deji has matured since then. So
Yeah.
that's why I can't be mad at Deji, because even though he lost, he's still mature about it, and he didn't go away at attacking others.
No, definitely not. And I don't think the loss in the boxing match was what caused the entire feud between KSI and Deji. Like, there was a lot more things, to it, but it kind of amplified it because, hey, like, Deji was not putting in the work. He was not taking it serious, while KSI was legit fucking putting all the work in, really. So my whole input on what happened after the Deji fight, he's taking the loss well. He's taking the loss well, and he didn't lose to some cocky opponent being like, oh, fuck Deji, fuck this. No, because both, like, they didn't have beef, all right? But Deji just knew that he lost to somebody that he should never have lost against. So with Vinny Hacker, Deji was defending Vinny Hacker in the press conference, going like, you don't know what Vinny is capable of. Why are you, going after him? And then after the fight, Vinny, was consoling and, comforting Deji and, telling him, like, no, you're not a failure type of shit. It really shows how respectful and how, how much chemistry there is between the two fighters, and that's great to see, especially in boxing.
Yeah.
That's sports.
One that I do feel like is basically what KSI said in his video about Deji. Deji should not step into another boxing ring until he's ready to be able to have another match.
Yeah, I see what he looked like. Are we talking about? Yeah, he took off his shirt, and he looked kind of not good. He looked like me.
He was.
I was like.
I mean, there was.
He didn't prepare at all.
Did y'all see Deji's girlfriend making a video exposing Deji's boxing training team?
Yeah, I seen some parts of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Do you want me to summarize it for you, and then you can say your both of you can say your opinions on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
wait, before you do that though.
What's up?
Hi,
Crystal. How are you doing today? I'm sorry, I wanted to ask you, but we were talking.
No, I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. I just woke up. Who was here and then left?
It was.
I missed
it.
Lyric.
It was Lyric.
Why did Lyric leave? What happened?
There's a match. There's a Euros match between Belgium and Portugal, and he left the podcast to watch it, to watch his own team.
As soon as I joined, he was like, "It's like we switched out." It was like, boom, boom.
Yep. He tapped out, fucking WWE style.
Oh hell. All right.
I mean, I do hope that Portugal wins because of him.
Yeah, Portugal.
I mean.
Anyway, do the summary thingy.
Lyrics has been very cocky with me, so I would rather that Belgium wins, honestly, just to goof around.
There needs to be a Portugal against France.
There was. It was a draw.
Oh. It was a draw. Yeah, well, France doesn't like to lose. They cheated. They paid and cheated.
No. Hey, if anyone looks like if any team looks like they paid somebody, it's Portugal because of Ronaldo. The guy was given penalties just out of nowhere. They basically
whatever.
They basically got a draw on multiple bad calls. The referee was not doing good. But about what Deji's girlfriend Dunia posted on YouTube about Deji's boxing team, if I remember correctly, she is talking about her trip to Cancun, Mexico, where Deji was supposed to stay in quarantine and also cut down his weight to 185 pounds in order to stay in the weight class of Vinny Hacker, and to also at least stay shredded. But obviously The team was not taking anything seriously, according to her. They were going in nightclubs every single day. The trainers themselves.
Hell yeah!
The trainers themselves were actually cheating on their own wives. Like, these are middle-aged men just cheating on their wives during a business trip, all right? A business quarantine trip where you're supposed to be helping your fighter stay prepared for fight night. But the trainers did fuck all. And the trainers were, according to Deji's girlfriend, were trying to get Deji to cheat on her. They were trying to get Deji to cheat on his girlfriend with some random girls from a nightclub, and Deji obviously didn't do it because he's respectful like that. But...
So this was their strategy. I understand their strategy. But this is my thoughts on that. This is what they were doing. They were training Deji so that he was gonna like have a bunch of bad shit happen in his life, like right before the fight. So then whenever he was about to fight, he could take out all of his anger on his opponent. That's how they were training him.
Yeah, well, that didn't work because all he could gas out his fucking tacos, bro. The dude...
Yeah, it didn't work.
The dude on the start of the third round was just taking the knee already.
Yeah. And I did watch KSI's video on it and how he joked about it being a part of BLM. Just take the knee.
He said Deji looked like Mike Tyson at the start of like his walkout and finished the fight looking like Solomon from 12 Years.
Yeah, 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, I've seen.
No, I mean,
I laughed. I giggled a little bit, but
yeah.
I knew that KSI had to clown Deji in order to get through to him, and he did that very well. Did you see? Did you guys see? Shit. Did you guys see the video that Deji made with KSI? Like, they were in the same room fighting.
Yes, I saw that video. That video went on trending.
I know. Chris, did you see?
No, I didn't see it. I did not see that.
Well, they were reacting to Deji's subreddit and also talking about the fight, and they were sharing some very nice thoughts. It was very therapeutic. It was a very therapeutic watch, I'd say, like, because I knew what it felt like to, fail myself. Like, I could relate to Deji a little bit. Like, it takes a lot to, want to redeem yourself and, like, really put your all into it. And Deji in that video just knew from the moment he lost, and he knew it basically directly. He was like, I know what to do. And I feel like he opened his eyes in a very different way rather than just, this is not the end of me. It's not about this is not the end of me. It's that I'm a step away and work on myself, but you'll see. So
Okay.
Deji looked a lot worse on his new fight than on his last fight. It was embarrassing, but what do you guys think about?
This has got to stop. This has got to stop. I just want to leave the fighting to the professionals. Like the people who train every day and like they go out there. That's what they do. They get paid to do that.
Yeah. It kind of makes you think that it's gone to a point where every YouTuber wants to be a boxer. To the point where I remember seeing a post saying that I guess I'll discuss about it when there's Jimmy.
Jimmy! Alright, so here's what I think, right? So this is what's going on. It's like I'm okay with like, I think it's cool that they're bringing in all these younger audience, right, to like boxing, fighting.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's really cool. You bringing in a younger audience, but at the same time, I think that it's still really unprofessional for like I don't know. I can't explain it. What if somebody gets really like? What if? Okay, so what if they influence somebody who doesn't know how to fight, and then they're like, "Oh, I want to be a boxer now because Jake Paul did it," and then they start training and stuff, and he's just a YouTuber, some random YouTuber, and they're training every day, making vlogs about it, and then they go and they're about to fight like I don't know Mike Tyson or something. They get out there and fucking Mike Tyson knocks the dude's head off, and it's like whoop and rolls, and it's like oh shit. And then who's responsible for influencing this kid to his death?
Well,
Is
see,
is it the place that let this happen? Is it the YouTubers that showed them that this was okay, or is it us for paying to watch the shit?
see,
You know?
I feel like when you get into that boxing ring, I think there's like consent forms saying that if anything happens to you during this boxing event, you can't, like the family can't hold the company liable for anything that happens, because when you step in that ring, it's fighting. It's basically what's gonna happen. It's violence. So whatever happens is just what happens. I was
Look at
actually
Jimmy. Sorry,
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
A while ago, I was like watching a video about like a boxer who died in the ring. But that type of stuff just happens, and really, there's really nothing that you can do about it. It's not that you can't sue them. You can't sue the company. Like you can't sue UFC if your relative or your family member, your friend dies there, because they signed up for that. Whatever happens in the ring that isn't illegal, like there's rules and regulations to it. So if it just happens because they got a good punch in, then there's really nothing that you can do about it. It's sad and tragic, but really, when you step into that ring, you gotta expect that the worst is going to happen to you. So you always gotta prepare yourself and make the best happen to you.
Yeah. Loopy?
What I miss?
You missed
we were
Jimmy.
talking-
He took your place and he was chilling, like perfectly
Yeah.
chilling.
Word. What were we talking about?
Oh,
we were talking about if someone who's inexperienced in boxing, if they get into the ring, who's responsible if they end up dying in the ring?
exactly. Like think about it. Like if like Jake Paul, you know, some kid that's like a YouTuber, he watched Jake Paul and he's like, oh, you know what? I want to be a boxer. So he trains and shit, and then he goes into the ring, and then they like fund it. And he has a few followers, so he's all funded, and they pull out Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson jumps in the ring, knocks his damn head off. His head goes rolling, and then like who's responsible? You know, is it the company that funded it, us paying for it, the dude since he signed the paper and went into the ring, or is it, you know, who is it?
I'd say it's everyone from the team, because there have been cases in boxing where either a fighter dies on the canvas or gets paralyzed or something. We've had cases of this before. I mean, I think Muhammad Ali had Parkinson's from one of the fights he lost. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong though. But the fight I'm thinking about is Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes. Beyond that, anyways, I personally think it's the responsibility of everyone that has signed a contract about whatever happens on the ring happens, and I guess the organizers of the fight are not responsible. Now, if on the case of, like, you know, your analogy, Chris, with like Mike Tyson is also responsible, right? He's the one that dealt the damage, but both fighters have signed a contract saying that, you know, whatever happens on the ring or in the ring happens in the ring, and, you know, the organizers are not responsible for anything. There can't be any legal trouble between the two or between organizers. So
Loopy, do you have a notebook on you?
I don't have a notebook on me, but I do have a pen.
Alright, we're gonna have to remember this idea because this is golden. Okay, are you ready?
Alright.
This is gold. It's a movie, okay? And it's about a boy who gets, okay, so you're following this kid, he, gets really sick, and he's into boxing. He loves boxing. And, or maybe even UFC or something. So then he gets really sick, and he goes into the hospital, and then he's, on his deathbed. You know, there's a bunch of stuff that happens in between, but, so you get to, like this character, and he's on his deathbed. And his last wish, the Make-A-Wish people come in, and his last wish is to, you know, be in the boxing ring with somebody. But he can't move, and then there's this weird conflict where you're trying to figure out if you want to put this kid in the ring, and he's well, I want to fight Mike Tyson, this is my last wish, right? He's on Make-A-Wish, and then so the audience that's watching it is in this weird conflict where they're I don't know if we want to do this, but at the same time it's his last wish, so they're all right, fuck it, throw him in there. So then they get in there, and he tries to stand up. Mike Tyson kills him, beats the shit out of him, and kills him. And then and then it's the end of the movie. Is that fucked up? is that wrong?
Well, one thing I do feel like,
I'm putting that on.
one thing I feel like, yeah, if this were to be real life, I know that Mike Tyson will let the kid win.
Yeah, probably let him win.
Yeah, because
he's that's the conflict too. Is he's no, I want to fight. Don't let me win.
Because I remember seeing even this was WWE, but I remember there being a Make-A-Wish thing with a kid who had cancer named Connor, who's unfortunately deceased. But what one of his wish was to go against Triple H.
Oh,
and
God.
Triple H let the kid win.
Oh, he did.
But basically, the kid Connor did a punch to Triple H. Triple H fell down, and Connor pinned him 1, 2, 3. It's on YouTube, so if you look that up, you could find it.
Sadly, I wouldn't have let him win if I was Triple H. I'd have been I'd have thrown him over the ring and shit.
See, I mean, if this was 2003 Triple H, with his reign of terror, then maybe Triple H wouldn't let him win.
I would have been a bear, trying to fight for my cubs type shit. I would have, let him have it.
Yeah, because I know Triple H, back in the days, used to bury a lot of wrestlers back then.
God. I remember The Undertaker used to be the shit, man. The Undertaker was the shit. Y'all remember that? Am I just speaking? Loopy, why'd you look at me like that? You don't know who The Undertaker is?
I know who The Undertaker is, okay? I don't watch wrestling often.
I think The
know.
Undertaker is one of the only characters that has never decreased in quality.
Yeah, I know. He's always been. I think I'm gonna be the first YouTuber to get into wrestling instead of boxing, and I'm gonna hype this shit up. And then every time someone tells me it's fake, I'm gonna be like, "It's real! You don't see what I do? It's real!"
I mean, the only way that wrestlers prove that the WWE is a real organization is that they beat the shit out of reporters.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Sorry, I have COVID.
There have been cases of wrestlers beating up reporters. Actually,
Yeah,
there's been many controversies over that, and everything.
Great.
I think if you look it up, you could find so many videos of wrestlers beating up reporters and stuff, and because the reporter said that the wrestling is fake, so they have to prove to them that it's not as fake as people think it is.
Yeah, but
most time they get hit, they just kind of type shit.
Yeah, but do you think maybe the reporter got paid like a huge amount just to get his ass knocked out on live television? Or these are like not real reporters and they're literally getting a real check by risking their lives.
I was watching.
These are real reporters, and I think there was a big case where I think I think this was like back around the 80s or the 90s or so when people still thought that wrestling was real, and one of these reporters was saying to a wrestler that it was fake, and I think the wrestler slapped him in the face or something, and the reporter got pretty mad, and I think the wrestler got fired because of that. I can actually see if I can. Let me see if I can find this exact case, because I remember seeing this like a while ago.
Yeah, Joe Rogan and The Undertaker talked about that on his podcast, and they were talking, and The Undertaker was like, yeah, that dude, I don't remember his name, but he said that the reporter kept calling it fake, so he just slapped the shit out of him. It's like, is that fake? Did that feel fake to you?
Alright, I found it. So basically,
Give me a second.
it's the person, the wrestler is named David Schultz, and basically he slapped a 2020 reporter named, I can't pronounce the last name well, but I think it's pronounced Jones Stossel, and really, it's on YouTube. You can find this news report everywhere. All you gotta do is, if you look up wrestler slaps reporter, you will find it. This isn't really the only case of it as well. There's many cases of it where wrestlers have gotten angry at reporters, because if you think about it, I can see why these wrestlers get angry, because it's not as fake as people will say it's fake, but the injuries are real. The only thing that's scripted about it are the promos, like basically when they talk on the microphone, and the finishes of the matches, like what happens in the match, like the moves, like the move sets, the finishes. That's basically what's scripted, but anything that goes wrong, the injuries are real. That's why so many, like for example, Stone Cold Steve Austin with his neck injury, like one of the worst.
Jump off the top of a cage or something.
What?
Didn't he jump off the top of a cage? I can't remember what he did.
That was Mick Foley.
Oh, Mick Foley.
Yeah. Mick Foley got pretty bad injuries throughout that match against The Undertaker. Hell in a Cell 1998 will always be one of the... that match will always be one of the classics, one of the most famous matches.
God. Loopy, what are you doing? Why are you on your phone?
Bro, my mom keeps calling me, bro. Like a 2-minute phone call just for her to tell me she's going to sleep.
Oh, that's nice of her.
She
just doesn't want you to worry. Or maybe she just doesn't want you to wake her ass up.
Probably.
You know?
Either way,
She's like, hey, listen, man, I'm going to bed.
She usually always texts me, but on podcasts, she decides to call. I'm very sorry.
Okay, maybe we can bring her into a podcast one time.
She doesn't even
Yeah,
know who I am.
one day.
I mean, like, she don't even know about all of this, bro.
Your mom doesn't know about your YouTube channel?
Of course, bro. Nobody, like, super close to me knows about Loopy.
Really?
Yeah. And it's...
See, when I was okay, so all my family know about my YouTube channel. Because that's where I get most of my views from my family and friends, you know? That's where most of the people that watch me come from.
Yeah, I know.
I do know there's a YouTuber named Timeworks who basically hides his channel from his family members. So whenever one of his family members comes into his room, he hides away everything. His YouTube plaques, just everything that's related to his YouTube channel, he hides away.
Yeah.
Wonder why? It's because he says shit on his YouTube channel that he doesn't want people to see or something.
Now, I don't know if it's because of that, but I remember watching a video about it where I think it was like a while ago though. I think it was like a few years ago.
Loopie, why don't you tell people about your YouTube channel? Are you nervous about it?
No.
So some people probably wanna keep it a secret because, and there's also because some family members probably want some of the profit that you make off of your YouTube channel.
Oh hell no! I'd be damned.
Yeah.
But
So I'm gonna explain properly why, and this might be something that I might clip in the future or something like that. But I just wanted to explain in full why people closest to me does not know about Loopie, and it's not that I'm afraid of them hearing what I say, right? Because that is something that they can't control. They can't control like my thoughts because me saying all of this. It's my thoughts. They can't control this. So it's not because I'm afraid of what I'm saying that they would hear, but it's just that I'm not mentally ready at this point until I know that I have properly made it, alright, and not wasted my time, that I want to introduce my family and closest friends to what I'm doing, basically, because I imagine the presumption is that I'm not really doing much, but I'm doing a lot, actually, and I just want to...
you want that big reveal moment. You want that blow. Look at that moment.
Yeah, I do, and I can do it right now if I want to, because I have something to prove already to my family, but I really want to, take things slow with introducing my fam to, what I do, because of how quickly they can change their attitude because of what I'm doing. That's when they can start being protective of my content, my clothing line, or this podcast, right? What I say on this podcast, what I discuss, what I talk about. So I want to make sure that I properly have set my foundation and properly got everything under control, and can show them, that everything.
That what you're doing, the way you're doing it is right, and they shouldn't have to. They can't intervene.
Because it's what I love, yeah. And I've had a case where I was an absolute asshole, right? At 12 years old, I was an asshole. I had a YouTube channel, alright, with 80 subs, okay? But I was an asshole. I was terrible. Me, as a 12-year-old, completely nothing to do with who I am now. And since I was in trouble for a very long time because of what I did at 12, I also do want to show that I have redeemed myself, even if their last vision of me on YouTube was terrible, and rightfully so. Anyways, if I was never grounded in 2017 because of things I've said that are terrible, and things that I've already apologized for, so if anything resurfaces, alright, if anything from 5 years ago resurfaces, I've already apologized for it. So I have nothing to, I've already paid my dues. But if I was never grounded in 2017, I would have been the same exact person now as I was 4 years ago.
Thing is about apologies and all that in the past and shit. I'm not, as a matter of fact, if I ever apologize for anything I've ever done, I take it back. Well, okay, wait. Maybe not everything. But most of everything, I take it back. Let me tell you why. Because the past me had a reason he did that. And I stick with it. Yeah, I've decided. That's it. Somebody replied, so I don't have to explain myself.
But
Oh.
Go ahead, Jelani.
Well, I can see. I mean, because that was your mindset back in the day. And really, if you did what you did back then, it's because you believed that it was the right thing to do. So I can see why you might not apologize for it, because that's basically what you thought back then, and really you can't really change what you have done. So really, apologizing won't really do anything.
What did Kevin
Just
Gates
saying
say? That I'm not. He said, "I won't apologize. I ain't really sorry." Isn't that what he said?
I think,
Okay.
but
No.
really, a couple of words won't change what you have done back then. They always say actions speak louder than words.
yeah.
So
Your actions do speak louder than words, and I'm physically trying to change. Loopy, I can see you've changed. You know, I think your strategy is a really good one too. Like, if people think that you don't do anything all day, you know what I mean? They just think, oh, he plays games in his room all day, and then like a year from now, you know, you fucking flip it on them and you show them that you're really out here grinding and shit. I think that's such a good strategy.
I mean, my parents.
I kind of wish I would have done it. Damn it.
I mean, my parents know as far as I don't really play many games. I don't really play many video games all that much.
Like Dashy, you don't play no games.
I mean, Dashy, like, I wish I could play games the same way as Dashy does, because, you know, his videos do very well, and I'd love to do gaming videos, but I do not have the time for that, because I want to make sure that I properly set my foundation with everything that I love doing, which is the music, podcast, clothing line, and everything. It's something amazing to do, and on the subject of apologies, I apologize when I knew that I didn't know better back then. I never apologize when there was a different outcome and I chose not to take that outcome because, you know, I chose to do that. That's just called, you know, saving your own ass, really. These apologies, like saving face. I don't take many things back except for things where I know that I didn't know better back then.
See, all of my content is so influenced by other people. Like, so what? And I think that's why I can't really apologize, is because the time was different. When I started my channel like 4 or 5 years ago, and when I first started, you know, it was funny to be so shocking and like throw shocking content out there, make people wonder or laugh at how weird and crazy you are. And then now, every year something tweaks in the world, you know, and sometimes it's a big tweak. And recently the tweak was no cussing, no, you can't say certain things. We'll cancel you, you know, type shit.
Yeah.
So now I've changed my content again to be kind of more PC, but you know, still throw my character out there. And yeah, so that's why I can't really apologize for it, is because everybody was doing that shit. Come after everybody. You know, this is what the atmosphere was back then.
I mean, it was
watch
about,
Shane Dawson.
Yeah, like back around like 2016 YouTube, it was the big four: iDubbbz, Filthy Frank, I think Maximofo, and PewDiePie. I think. Because I know, like, PewDiePie said a lot of things back in the day. That I think PewDiePie is what started the whole demonetization thing. When back in 2017, when he said stuff about, I think it was like PewDiePie against the Wall Street Journal. I think that's what really started the whole demonetization stuff.
Yeah, that was in 2016. The whole Fiverr thing. Yeah.
And then I think it was kind of like, after that it was like, oh, well now if you say anything bad, you know, we can't say anything bad anymore because we'll get demonetized. So then all the YouTubers switched to this PC thing, and then their audience switched to this PC thing, and now they hold anybody accountable that's not PC.
Actually, wait. I don't think it was. I don't think it was Max Melfa. I think it was Grade A Under A. That was. I know Grade A Under A was like a big one in 2016.
Or Keemstar.
The political. Yeah, Keemstar. Leafy, Pyrocynical. I guess it wasn't more than just 4. It was basically everyone, basically.
The
Really?
top 10 YouTubers of 2016 were dominating, and it was different. It was a lot different. It was fun, I'd say, because there was. I mean, I'm not really too fun on drama anymore, really, but. Bless you, Chris.
Thank you.
I was 11 and I was feeding off of drama, man. But with Leafy, Pyrocynical, Keemstar, Grade A Under A, Filthy Frank, iDubbbz, all of these people, they no longer have the same influence now as they had years ago, and it's almost like a generation of YouTube. It's very weird, but I'm personally more satisfied with this generation of YouTube where more people are getting known for what they love instead of petty shit. You feel me?
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
This generation
It's a weird climate right now.
Yeah.
I think it's just a mix between many different, because in a way I can kind of see 2016 YouTube apparent to this day, really. With for example, people like I guess in a way with people like I'm J Station, who used to be, who was a person that made if you know I'm J, even though he doesn't make content anymore, the type of content that he made a year or two ago was making 3 a.m. videos on dead people, and basically now it's kind of there's still a lot of shocking content with 3 a.m. videos and stuff like that, and I think it's also just a mix of people trying to cancel some of the content, while at the same time the shocking content is still there, because really you can't, because people pick and choose who they want to get rid of on YouTube, and that creates a lot of problems, because now there's a lot of drama channels nowadays. For example, channels where it's spill the tea, which I think is really what is now the current thing on YouTube. People
I love it. I'm sorry. I can't get off of that damn drama.
Yeah. I feel at the same time, it's causing a lot of divide on the platform because of the fact that at the same time, while they're trying to cancel people for, I think some of them are just hypocrites, because some of the, I feel like the drama channels are gonna go against each other, because I don't know if it has happened yet, but it probably has happened.
You notice a lot of them don't show their face. A lot of them don't want to be seen, Yeah. Because
a lot of them are very judgmental of what people have done, and it is at the point where some people get on these drama channels that really have done nothing to deserve it.
Other than just watch other people, they feed off of people's downfall.
Yes.
Which I love it. I love it though. It's so bad, but at least I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But and I never I'll watch that shit and then I'll be like, why did I just watch that? And I was so interested in it, and then another one will pop up the next day and I'm like, what did Trisha Paytas do today? And then I'll click it and then I'll watch it and I'll be like, why did I watch that?
But really, the reason it's because the human mind, and it's not only the human mind, but it's basically because the world revolves around violence,
It does, and fear mongering.
Humans just found a way to make a profit off of it.
Yeah, that's why the news. Whenever you watch the news, it's always like they start off with the big story of the day, which is something burned down or somebody died, and so now we're watching it to listen. We're like, oh my god, who died? What burned down? And then they'll talk about puppies and cats, and oh look, we have this new adoption pet today, and then they'll make you wait for the real juicy shit at the end, and then they finally get to the juicy shit at the end, and then we're like, wow, it wasn't even that important at all, and then they start over, and I don't know.
They find something else to talk about.
Exactly. Before we change the subject from J Station, though, the very first video I ever watched from him was the Black Santa Claus video, and he said he's calling Black Santa at 3 a.m. and Black Santa answered the phone, and he was like, "What?" was just real over the top black, and I couldn't help but laugh. So that was my very first video from him. I feel like if he would have just said this is parody, this is just for fun, then he wouldn't have been so ridiculed upon, because this cringy ass content was so cringy that I think it was funny. Is that a thing?
He faked his girl's death without her consent.
So think about this. What if I made a video where I faked my mom's death, but it was just it was like a parody, and it was very obvious, and at the end I was like, this was all fake, thank you for watching. You know what I mean? No? Or yes? No? Okay.
I think it just depends. If people know from the start.
Yeah, the start that it's fake.
If it's an obvious parody, then people will probably not have a problem with it, because you're just parodying other people that have done it for real. But when it gets to the point where you do it and you make people believe that your parents are dead even though they're not, but you then reveal it when you get caught, then that's going to be a big problem. Then that's the problem itself.
Yeah, you can't sell it. There's some things that you can really sell, and there's some things that you can't sell. For instance, I went Bigfoot hunting. That's why I'm wearing camo. But I went Bigfoot hunting, and that's just like a parody type of thing. So I didn't really sell it. I was just more. You could really tell I was acting. And then
I remember watching a video from Critical.
Oh God.
Basically talking about how a Twitch streamer faked their own death, and
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name though, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and it was the weirdest thing, because basically it wasn't really revealed until about 6 months after they were presumed to be dead, and there were tributes about this Twitch streamer, and I just watched one of the tributes, and just seeing the comments saying this didn't age well, and just wondering, just imagine that, just having a tribute, just making a tribute on someone who you believe to be dead, you're a fan of them, and just seeing comments saying, oh, this didn't age well, they're actually alive. That's gotta be the worst thing to ever experience.
Yeah, that'd be horrible.
Absolute dick move to fake your own death. You're worrying.
No, never. Don't do that.
Yeah, you're worrying your family, your friends, and everybody that looks up to you, bro. And you decide to waste your life by going off the grid instead of saying, hey, I'm gone, right? Instead of just saying, hey, I'm quitting. I'm done with this. It's too stressful for me. Thank you, everyone who supported me. Yada yada yada. Goodbye. All right. Or this isn't goodbye. I'll come back soon. Or whatever the hell. All right. No. Instead, you decide to go off the grid, government style, and fake your death. I'm pretty sure you go to jail for that shit.
Now, what if it's a really good, okay, it's an 8-part documentary. Okay. I'm trying to season this for y'all. It's an 8-part documentary, and it's called Waking the Dead, okay? And the whole documentary is based around the main character who fakes his death for like his family because he feels like no one cares about him, right? So he fakes his death, and then he at the funeral he wakes up, and it's a whole documentary based around that. And the family's like, "Why are there cameras everywhere?" And it's like, "Oh, because he wanted this."
See.
Okay, and you think that would get a lot of hate? I'm not gonna do this. I don't have the material, but if I did, I probably would.
I think the problem is I've actually read about what morticians do to prepare a body for a funeral, and I think if they went through that process, you'd probably die from what they do to dead bodies, because they put like formaldehyde in your body, and like
that would be on episode that'd be on like episode 3 where we pay off the mortician. You know, and he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, I got you. I see what y'all are doing here."
Yeah.
The church would take money too.
I feel like that's
funeral
there. Not like a good horror type documentary, a horror film type thing.
Oh, and it's about grief and mourning and the stages of grief. And this real fucked up person wants to see what their family looks like while they're grieving, and like if they'll even actually care. And it gets deep. And then in the end, he wakes up and he's like, "Oh, because he didn't keep in contact with his family because the camera crew did it or whatever." And then he wakes up in the end and like his mom killed herself or something because of his death. And then but he's not actually dead. And then it's like this whole fucked up thing. It's like oh, that'd be horrible.
No, I think that type of thing has happened in Romeo and Juliet, where I think Romeo kills himself because he believes Juliet to be dead.
Yeah, and then in all reality, she should have just told him, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." Yeah. And then she sees that he was dead and she killed herself. That was tragic. But anyway, on a lighter note, y'all look good today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
But I don't know. This is so weird. YouTube is so weird, and like I don't know. It's like some things you can't post, some things you can. Like YouTubers, I see. Like Shane Dawson got canceled for making child predator jokes or whatever, but South Park, they do it 24/7 and post their clips to YouTube, and no one's like, "Oh, what is all this?" So it always makes me question people. Why is it that this show can do something, but this person who it pretty much is a show can't do something? Yeah. It's just really weird.
I think what the difference is the audience, because one thing with South Park is people know that the content that they make is offensive. If you don't know that South Park is offensive, then you're not watching it. Then you shouldn't watch it. People know that.
But you see, back in the day, though, Shane Dawson back in the day, he used to make offensive content. So, I could use the same argument with that one. He used to make really, really offensive shit. If you didn't know it, you're watching somebody offensive, then don't watch them or whatever.
No, he
got
his fan base, all right? Because I did a whole short documentary on Shane Dawson last year. It's called The Rise and Fall of Shane Dawson, where I was saying, I do believe Shane Dawson can come back from this just like he did many times. His whole entire YouTube career is him having to apologize for what he did years ago, where he already absolved himself for these issues. But then again, he built his fan base around this, right? And as fucked up as it is, because he did sexualize Willow Smith, who was a minor at the time, all right? That is kind of fucked, all right? Especially when Jada Pinkett Smith and Jaden Smith, see this and they're like, "Hey, Shane Dawson, you're a bad person," type shit. Shane Dawson, as bad as the things were, all right, because I don't agree with what he did back then. I mean, I used to watch his videos not even knowing what the fuck offensive even meant, all right? Like, I was watching the videos, I didn't even know what was going on. I thought it.
I was watching him and laughing. I used to laugh like a motherfucker at his shit.
I was watching. I thought he was like the wholesome guy of YouTube, but I realized, as growing up, he was an asshole. But he was trying to grow from being an asshole, and his entire YouTube career consists in him trying to redeem himself. This is him being canceled last year is nothing new. It's nothing new.
Yeah, it's always something that happens. He's
world,
already talking about coming back too. He's like, I'm not gonna
should.
let my channel rot.
He should. Bro, he used to be called the king of YouTube. That was what he was called. Now, he's already redeemed himself many times, alright? No matter what people think about him, the world has gone soft because his fan base was built around the offensive content, and over the years, a whole wave of just sensitive people decided to bash on him. I mean, again, I don't agree with any of what he did, but I did recognize later on that this was dark humor. This was very, very dark humor. Things that you would see mainstream, like, published live, alright? Like, you would remember the amount of commercials that were made that were either against either a race in more of like a stereotypical way, like in a funny way, or talking about women or something like that, right? And it's always kind of funny, but it's fucked up deep down, and that's what watching a Shane Dawson video in 2010 felt like, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like
he can come back.
I think it also.
Come back from it.
Yeah, but I think it's also because of the fact that with South Park, I think South Park they don't care what they do, but Shane Dawson does because of the amount of apology videos that he has made. Because
that's
a
good point.
Yeah, the only person that can cancel you is yourself. Yeah. So people realize that people realize that they can basically make him go away because of how weak he is, because of the amount of apology videos that he's made. So people constantly bully him because they realize that he was not going to stick up for his content, and that's why people canceled him, because they knew that they could easily get rid of him. They knew that they can bully him to a point where he could disappear off the internet, and that's what they did.
Signs of weakness.
Yeah. And because Dashi, you see, Dashi's. I think he's Mexican. He's not black, and he would make these. He made these videos, or he's Dominican Republican or something. But so he made these videos where it was called. This show, it's called that's What's Up or something like that, and the whole premise of this little short show, it was like 2 episodes, was to make fun of the black guy that was in the show, like, oh, and then he was like, why are they, the black guy was like, T. Fidel, he was like, why are they booing at me? And he's like, is it because I'm black? Dashi was like, hell yeah, it's because you're black. And then, like, shit like that, and I was like, wait, that would have been controversial if he had posted that now. But no one came after him, because of his past. I think it is because he doesn't show signs of weakness. Like Dashi, if any controversy comes up about Dashi, he ain't gonna say a damn thing about it. He's just going on about his day. He just makes his videos. He just makes his videos and continues,
Like, do you know about the YouTuber Jay Schlatt?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, is this about the tweet?
I mean, there's many things about him. People try to cancel him, but since Jay Schlatt does not care about the cancel culture, he cannot get canceled because he doesn't care about it.
Sure. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm not getting canceled. Ain't nobody canceling me. Quote me.
Yeah.
Flip this.
If you really don't care about what other people think of you, if you just carry on life without caring about it, then there's really nothing that they can do. Because really, if you just Like, for example, I bet you the worst person on the internet, because even the worst people in the world still have supporters. Like, think about it. I'll even say this. Hitler had supporters, and he still has supporters to this day. So, really, it doesn't matter what you do, because at the end of the day, you still have supporters no matter what you do, no matter what it is. Just
Now-
what you do. If you cancel yourself, if you say you're going to take a break, you say that because of the controversy, I'm going away from the internet. People are going to stop supporting you because you're not making any more content, so there's really nothing for them to watch. And they'll get tired of the old episodes.
I could tell you something really fucked up though. Is Onision. I bet no one's heard that name in a while. So I checked out Onision. Yeah, I checked out Onision's channel recently, and Loopie is getting more views in an hour than Onision gets in a day.
Hold on, let me check this.
Yeah, it's the most sad shit I've ever seen in my life. It's really sad. But he's still pushing though. He's still fucking pushing though.
Yeah, with people like Onision, like he's able to.
No, Loopie, don't laugh at him. No, don't tap Grants on his grave. I like Onision.
I don't
Oh,
care.
don't quote
I
me on
think-
that.
He's a predator.
Though I think what it is now is that I think Onision has started to fall under irrelevancy, where people have stopped caring about him at this point because
He's irrelevant. And there's
Yeah.
nothing he could do to. I mean, he could probably come back a little bit, but after that boring ass history documentary on him, everybody was like, "Okay, I've had enough. I've had enough."
Because
They
if
cut
you
him out.
see, so I feel because Onision just makes the same content over and over again. Like I've seen him make many different versions of his banana song.
Wait,
that's sad.
Wait, is he the one that did "I'm a banana"?
Yes, he is. He's the one that did it.
Bro, my childhood is ruined.
Well,
Yeah.
see,
All he does is now is kind of complain. He plays video games and complains about his past, and it's sad to watch. It really is. I feel
Yeah.
bad. I want to be the guy. I'm gonna start trying to get in contact with these people that have been canceled. Y'all remember What the Buck?
No.
I thought I heard something. About
Okay. So What the Buck was bigger than Shane Dawson back in the day, and he was like the first Hot Topics, like, this is what's happening right now in the world type shit. And now he kept making those videos, and he was getting so many views, like 10 million, and then out of nowhere he just dropped right off.
Are you talking about Michael Buckley?
Yeah, Michael Buckley.
Yeah, he just quit because I guess he didn't like it. I guess he was like set for life, basically. Yeah, he has a son. I heard about that story. Yeah,
Sad.
yeah, the dude.
To
literally
me,
just
it's
quit.
sad.
Yeah, the dude literally just, I guess, did not have the same passion for YouTube anymore. He almost gave away his play button, or sold his play button, but he kept it because it was
Yeah.
more like a family heirloom type thing.
That's what Mike Tyson said. Mike Tyson said, "I got beat up for trash. This is trash." And I was like, "Holy shit!" And he was pointing at all of his
Championship belts, yeah.
belts and shit. Yeah, he was like, "I got beat up for trash. This is trash." And the reporter was like, "Yep, that's trash. That is trash. Don't hit me, man. Listen, that's trash."
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
That's like that shows how humble, Mike Tyson and those who just don't see the same amount of hype in the prize possessions they had before 30 years down the line. I mean, of course, it happened and it's something to be proud about, but it's trash now because you don't want to box anymore. So you're like, this doesn't mean anything to me anymore because I've been defeated before and no one's trying to take this away from me. So what am I gonna do? So I can understand that from Mike Tyson. That's very humble of him. But
One thing I would like to see from Mike Tyson is for him to go against Floyd Mayweather.
What I want to see from Mike Tyson, I want to see him take like a shit ton of shrooms and make a video. Because evidently he's like a shroom god. I seen him on Impulsive. Don't quote me on that. I don't watch Impulsive regularly, but I seen him on the podcast Impulsive, and he had a handful of shrooms, and he was like, oh. I was like, what the hell? And he was like, yeah, just eat it until it's like a pulp. And I was like, you're just gonna eat that many fucking shrooms live on Impulsive, the podcast? And so I just want him to make a video after he ate like 2 bags of shrooms, and I want to see what he acts like. Or what
It
he's
must
like.
be pretty crazy. I know
I had mushroom tea. I gave my mom mushroom tea the other day,
oh,
and it was great. I mean, it was just a really good experience for me in particular. But her, it looked like she was freaking out. It was fun though.
that's funny. All right. So I kind of want to go back in the topic of YouTube boxing because there have been some theories about the recent event. I don't know if we talked about it while I was gone or something, but about SocialGloves. SocialGloves is the organizer, like the organizing company of the fight, the whole YouTube versus TikTok event. And word on the street is that they haven't paid all the fighters. They're in debt.
They ain't paying.
They're filing for bankruptcy out of nowhere. So, even though this fight was more entertaining than Logan versus Mayweather, they're a terrible company. And word on the street is that it's owned, like CEO, alright? The CEO of SocialGloves is Austin McBroom.
What?
Yep.
Wait, who's Austin McBroom?
Austin McBroom is the one who fought Bryce Hall.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. He's a piece of garbage. What did Keemstar say? Garbage. I'm telling you, this dude is such a lowlife. I do not like Austin whatsoever. Everybody's supporting. Oh, I like Austin. Oh, he's so cool. Did y'all see? He's such a bad person.
Hey, look.
I don't even want to get into it.
Like, I knew there was some stuff going on with the Ace family. Like, they were faking robberies and shit. I remember one
They're
time.
horrible people. Look, his best friend had an idea. His best friend was like, okay, I'm going to make a taco truck, and I'm going to call it blah, blah, blah. And then when people come up on the street, instead of selling tacos, I'm going to sell my merch out of this truck. And Austin was like, oh, that's a good ass idea. So he went and fucking bought a taco truck and started selling his merch out of this taco truck, right? And called it the same name as the dude was going to call it. So then when the dude came out and said, hey man, you stole my idea, Austin was like, oh, you're just a clout chaser. You just want clout. Okay. So then Austin was like fucking on his pool and was pushing all this water down to his neighbors, making a landslide of mud into his neighbor's yard. And the neighbors had like a party going on, and they were like, please stop, you're messing up our yard. And they wouldn't listen, so he went on Twitter and he was like, this is what's happening in our yard right now with Austin. And then Austin was like, oh, he just wants clout. He's just looking for clout. And it's nonstop with that. It's nonstop when something bad happens and it's around that little group, this little family, the people that are accusing them, they just want clout. And it's so condescending. It's one of the most condescending things that you could. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know much about it to say
I
my
hate him.
opinion, but I did already hear prior about things with the Ace family that they were very fake. And I mean, undeniably, during the boxing event, I did support him because I wanted him to beat the shit out of Bryce Hall because he needed it. First of all, Bryce Hall needed to get his ass beat. He needed it. We'll be honest right now.
I don't know.
He needed to shut the fuck up, basically. So,
Yeah.
there is a boxing match that is set to happen, and I want your guys' opinion on it. KSI versus Austin McBroom. What do you guys think about the idea of the fight, and how is the fight gonna go?
Oh,
Damn, this is a
what I
Wendy's.
can say is I feel like KSI can win because I feel like KSI is dedicated in this boxing thing. Because I think he's 2-0 because he won against Joe Weller. He tied with Logan Paul in the first fight, and he won against Logan Paul in the second fight. So I know that KSI is very dedicated in boxing. So I feel like KSI would win against Austin.
Yeah, I think that KSI has, as much as I hate to say it because I love KSI, but he has less of a chance of winning against Austin McBroom than he had with Logan Paul. I'm not saying he's the underdog, but I'm saying that Austin McBroom has more experience and more of an edge than Logan Paul had when KSI versus Austin McBroom is happening. But I do definitely believe that KSI might have improved over time. I mean, I do believe in hard work. I do believe that that's what's going to happen. So we could be prepared for a very entertaining fight, and it better be in the good hands, because if SocialGloves is actually owned by Austin McBroom, alright, like CEO type shit, and SocialGloves after the event is filing for bankruptcy after not paying fighters, robbing like a fighter because like of a bad call, like it was a draw during the event and then the commission said it was a win. Forgive. What else? I mean, I did mention not paying, but the percentages were outrageous, and everything was in the hands of Austin McBroom this entire time. So this fight, this event, better not be prepared by SocialGloves, or else it's fucked.
Yeah, that'd be a refund.
I had faith. I had faith in SocialGloves because it was new. It was new. Nobody really heard about SocialGloves before the Battle of the Platforms.
Not gonna lie, it's a good name, SocialGloves, like, social media boxers.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'll be right back.
Alright. Sounds good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a very good name. That's why I was like very optimistic about them. I was like, you know what? This is a good idea. And they really disappointed me.
Yeah.
We've been live for an hour and 27 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
But all in all, man, Jelani, it was, enjoyable having you on the Loophole Podcast again.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I mean, every time I get into these conversations with you, we're discussing something either on Pre-Loops or on your show or here. There's always a new vision that I have because of just different questions, and I feel like, that's what...
There's one thing that I wanted to discuss while you went away.
Oh.
And that is, I was hearing on, like, social media, after the TikTok versus YouTuber boxing match, that they want a female version of it.
Hell no.
No?
Look, no one, like, none of the female YouTubers or TikTokers are gonna fight in the same level as Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Alright? And I feel like that's a little bit of a reach, but even with training and shit, I do not believe that any of the sort will happen, because that will require a lot more from the female YouTubers and TikTokers. And
Yeah.
Y'all talking mess?
Chris, what would you think about a female YouTube versus
No,
TikTok?
hell no, female nothing, hell no. Sorry, what is it?
Because like after like the TikTok and YouTuber match. Like there was like on social media a lot of girls from TikTok and YouTube wanting to be in that boxing ring.
With who?
Well, against each other. YouTube
Oh, that's
versus.
fine. That's totally okay with me. I would love to see a bunch of girls beat the shit out of each other. That's something on my bucket list, actually.
It would be entertaining, but not for the right reasons. Or actually, no.
I remember Ronda Rousey used to, man, every time I watched Ronda Rousey, I was on the front of my seat ready to watch her beat the shit out that girl, whoever the girl was. And then there was that one time she lost, and I was like, no! I got my whole body and soul. I felt my soul leave my body.
I told Jelani
But-
when you were gone, like there will like none of these YouTubers or female TikTokers or whatever are going to fight on the same level as Ronda Rousey, because if they want to box, that's
I
what
love
I'm
it.
expecting out of all of them. So really, it's a bad idea.
I don't expect that out of all of them. I think that, okay, I'm gonna tell a story. Alright, there was this one time in 2nd grade, I was crawling up there was like this rock climbing thing, and there was this girl at the top, I still remember her name, Cassie. And, no, Cassie. And I climbed up to the top of this rock climbing thingy, and this bitch, I get up there, and she starts fighting me. I don't even know why. I was just, climbing the rock thingy, and she starts fighting me. Long story short, she beat the hell out of me and pushed me off the top of the rock climbing thing. So if I can just get a little bit of that in the ring, and I get to watch it, that would be great. So I'm all for girls, YouTube versus TikTok girls. I want to see Jenna Marbles fight I'd love to see Jenna Marbles fight one of the Dixie D'Amelio girls.
Bro, Jenna Marbles is not even on YouTube, bro. Her comeback is just gonna be part of this fucking boxing event.
She's gonna come back. Come on, bitch.
I'm a
fucking love
She's gonna come
Jenna
back
Marbles
fucking
because-
Hulk style.
Yeah, no,
I know-
Jenna Marbles
I know-
canceled herself.
Yeah,
She canceled
she did
herself.
cancel herself. Yeah.
definitely.
I wonder what she's doing now because I kind of wonder if she's retired from the internet.
I like to think that she's scream laughing at TikToks, like just tending to her plants. That's what I like to think, but I have no clue. Julian won't give us no hints. He don't even hint at it in videos, But it's okay. Guess who replied to me on Instagram last night?
Who did?
Sorry, let me reword that. Guess who slid into my DMs last night?
Who slid into your?
Who did?
Joey from Dashi Games.
Oh, his homie from like 2010.
Yeah, he slid into my DMs and he was like, "What's good?" And I was like, "Hey, Joey." Yeah,
Hey, I remember.
that's kind of where the conversation ended there.
No. Joey's cool dude, man. I seen the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe video. What's up, Loops?
Yeah, he's cool people.
We've been going for an hour 30 minutes. I think it's gonna be time to end it here. What do you guys think?
Before you do though, I didn't hear what you thought about it, Loopy. What did you think about girls fighting?
Oh, I said hell no.
Why? I don't get it.
Because like I said, bro, like when I expect female boxers to fight, like I want them to like be on the same level as Ronda Rousey type shit. Like
Hey, they might be though.
I want them to take it seriously. I feel like none of them will. That's the problem with it.
They might. You think they're gonna go up there and set up their phone and start TikTok dancing before the game starts?
Yeah.
No, that's not what they're gonna do. They take it seriously.
It's gonna be cat.
I
They
mean,
make
I don't know
sports
about
bras for a reason.
the D'Amelios if they're a part of it, but
Oh, I'd love
Maybe.
it. I'd love to see one of them
Yeah.
girls get the shit knocked out of them. I would fucking love it.
Either way, it's not official. So as long as it's not official, I'm good. I mean, there have been talks about it, but it's not official. Either way.
I feel like it could be though. One of these days they're going to make it official.
Maybe, but honestly, I don't really believe in it that much.
Is there a female boxing thingy?
Not for YouTubers, but there is a female boxing thingy.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, I support it. Whatever. Do your thing.
No, like I
Do it.
support,
Shit.
Like I support female.
I
boxing, but-
thought you were gonna ask me if the girls are gonna go up against like dudes, and like they were saying like, oh, I want to fight. This girl's like, I want to fight KSI or I want to fight Jake Paul. Then I would have kind of felt conflicted to even answer, but because on one hand it's like, oh shit, I don't want to see some dude beat the shit out of a girl, and on the other hand I'm like, well, I'm all for women's rights, she could fight whoever she wants to. So then I just been all kinds of conflicted, you know what I mean?
Equal rights, equal.
I think, yeah, if you look on YouTube, you can find a lot of intergender matches.
Ugh.
I think those are just wrestling stuff and not boxing, though.
It freaks me out, low-key.
Yeah.
Because I was just raised that you're not supposed to put your hands on women, so if I see a dude doing it, then like I lose respect for him. Even if it is just for a boxing round. I did hit a girl one time. She was, so everybody was in the back of this schoolhouse, and we were tripping acid. Okay, and it was like 3 a.m. in the morning, and she ran up to me, and no, I was on acid, and she was like, hit me, I won't feel anything. I was like, oh, are you sure? And she was like, do it, and I was like, all right. So I pulled back, and I knocked the shit out of her. Like, she hit the ground and everything, and like I could immediately start to see a black eye form. And she was like, I said, are you okay? And she was like, I didn't feel it. And then I was like, well, you will tomorrow. And I helped her up. But and that was, her name was Becca. That's my friend Becca. Anyway,
Well,
that's the only time I hit her.
Yeah, on that note.
We didn't even talk about the sponsor of this episode. That's how you know Cheers for Gaming will be missed. But
And
this episode of the Loophole Podcast is sponsored by NI. If you want to go get yourself some nice clothes, it's kind of like streetwear, kind of. I mean, there's beach wear as well. So if you want some clothes that scream positivity because of something unknown that represents a loving and positive vibe, please be sure to go to ni.shop on the top left right here and use code NI for 10% off if you think that it's too expensive for you. On that note,
it's better than Louis Vuitton. It's better than Gucci. It is better than all of those brands. You can try to prove me wrong, but you can't. NI is where it is at.
take your clothes off and put some NI on.
Take your damn clothes off and put some NI on.
Actually, no. Better if you tattoo NI on your chest.
I would.
Well, I don't. Wait, I don't know.
No, I would.
What if we tweak the logo and then they have its old tattoo?
I would tattoo it on my wrist, bro. Like, I would do that if I was like, if everybody knew about NI, obviously. Yeah, I would definitely love to like do like a tattoo of NI, and it's not something that I would like stop. Hopefully not. I mean, I do want to take it far, so that's why I'm doing it.
And even if you did stop it, I mean, you could still have it tattooed on you because it'll just be memories of what you were trying to achieve, and
Of course, and if I do,
you're trying to achieve good for the world. So
True.
if
True.
if I do leave a legacy, all right, and if I actually succeed, publicly from everything, and I basically won in life through social media, then these NI shirts can be rare as fuck. I mean, 15 people in the world have NI as we speak, and that's
16.
16. Oh, did you order it?
Yeah, it's inevitable. I have to. It's inevitable. So just say 16 now.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you did lose the bet.
Hey, I didn't lose that. He cheated. He is a cheater. Oh my God. Johnny, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Okay, you'll get wrong information.
How can you cheat
Yeah.
addicting boxing matches, Chris?
I don't know, but you did. This is my theory. He bought a time machine, jumped into it, did some like flippy floppy, paid the judges off. I mean, it was the whole thing. And I have a camera crew watching, and there's gonna be an 8-part documentary.
Step 1.
Camera.
Step 2. You get a time machine. There's
Mhm.
there's no way I could pay judges off with what I
You somehow Jimmy is actually the god of time, and he fucking hit his beak on the ground to like let you do it. So yeah, let me find out Jimmy has supernatural powers.
Thank you everybody for watching the Loophole Podcast. It's Jelani, and it's been an honor having me back on. And honestly,
What is that sound in the background? Anybody else hear that?
yeah, it's background noise coming from Jelani.
Yeah.
Johnny, how dare you?
No, it's because my windows are open. Because if they were closed, it'd probably it'd be hotter in here.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's New York. Nah, but
You live in New York?
Yeah, I do. I live in Long Island.
What? The city that never sleeps, bro. That's what they call it, the concrete jungle. Wow. Is it as great as everybody says, or is it just like it's just a city?
I mean, I just live in a suburban area, so I don't live in New York City.
Kid behind a camera and Bridget are there right now, so you should make a video trying to find them.
for real, bro. Nah, but Mike was in New York City on the same day that Michael from Kid Behind a Camera was there.
Really?
Yeah, and it was actually
Man,
the day
I would have been
Mike
trying to.
flew out, because that day was the day that Mike was supposed to like leave New York City to go back home basically, and yeah.
If I seen them in public, I would really confront them because Bridget's new. His newest video is called Bridget Sharded. So I would walk up to them and I'd be like, "Yo, did Bridget really shart? Tell me now, or was it just fake? Like, I want to know if she really shit herself in New York City."
Why would they make a video of that? Like, it's
fucking great. It's great.
How are you gonna make a video of someone shitting themselves in New York?
Like, it's so great. And then she was just running down the street holding her ass, and I was like a pregnant fat girl running down the street holding her ass. I was like, this is fucking golden. Like, I feel like they know what's funny, and they know how to make fun of themselves to the point, because they're making fun of themselves, so it's not controversial. Like, it's very perfect.
It's genius, but I do feel like things have changed since Angry Grandpa.
I know, I miss him.
Yeah.
He was great.
I have Angry Grandpa, like the Angry Never Dies shirt, actually.
Do you have the Angry Never Die shirt?
Yeah, I do.
That's good.
I don't know where it is.
That shirt came out like 10 minutes after he died.
No, like 2-3 weeks, actually.
You think it was 3 weeks? I think it was like, pretty sure it was like a day.
Nah, cause like it was a limited edition thing, and I got it in like February, I think, maybe February, somewhere there.
Yeah, well, I do feel like, I mean, it's really sad that he's gone, but I do feel like that they shouldn't have made their content based on only him, because when the person or the thing that you're making content about dies, or is something that you're not making content about anymore, it just makes your channel kind of makes your channel die out, because people only wanted to see Kid Behind the Camera because of Angry Grandpa, and since he's dead, I mean, it really has decreased in quality because of the fact that really Angry Grandpa was the main thing about it. That's why people watched their content in the first place.
The only thing I can think that he could do to like redeem himself, but even people would still hate this, is if he goes on and he like turns into Angry Grandpa, like he is the angry dad, because now they have a kid. So like he could like start destroying shit and she film it.
Well,
but I don't know.
Yeah, they could do that, but it wouldn't be the same, because really, when you make your content, like for example, like there was this one YouTuber that I used to watch named Dabba H Dude, who made his content based on SML, and recently he stopped making his content based on SML, Super Mario Logan. If you don't know what SML stands for, but because of that, the quality of his content decreased, because that's what he was known for. And see, that's why when you're making content, you don't want to be known for doing one thing, because it gets to a point where it's just going to die out.
And you'll burn out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But sorry. End of the stream. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, before we end it, one more thing. This is it. This has been weighing on my heart, Loopy. And I want to have people think about this. Free Britney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all, free Britney. Really, I am all for it now. At first, it was a meme, and now she came out and she was talking about it, and she was talking about how like it's pretty. She said it. She compared it to sex trafficking. She was like, I want to sue my family. She said, I am completely coherent. They're just taking money from me. She said that they are controlling my body. They made her put a UDI so she can't have children. They won't let her get married. And I'm like, what are you? So they're like going full blown. They are farming her. They're squeezing her dry of her money and forcing her to work like a cow. So yeah, free Britney. All for it.
Okay. I don't know much about it to give my opinion, but
it's so bad. It's so bad.
Situation, it seems.
Because really, she's an adult, so she should be able to make. I feel like her parents should not make any decisions for her, because she's a full-grown adult. She can do whatever she wants. If she wants to have a kid, she should be able to have a kid.
Yeah. Loopy, could you imagine your parents, like, okay, so let's say you get YouTube famous, right? You got all this money, all this like fame and shit, and you're working really hard, and your parents go, oh, well, we're going to go ahead and get a conservatorship on you because you're not fit to take care of your own money. So then they get a conservatorship on you, and every dollar you make goes to them, and they pay you for you doing your work that you were originally just getting paid for. Right, and then they cut off your balls, and they say you can't have kids.
Yeah, stopping you from being your own boss. But I mean,
yeah, it's fucking insane, dude.
Look,
they literally told her she can't have children.
And it's weird though, because she's 40 years old, and she should not have her parent. Like, her parents should not control whatever she does, because she's at that point in her life where she's old enough, and she has been old enough to do whatever she wants to do since for like 20 years at this point. There's no reason why her parents should have control over her whole life when she's at a point in her time where she should be able to enjoy the adulthood that she's in right now.
So we got to start the hashtag. NI is gold and save Britney.
Yeah. Oh yeah. On that note, we can finally end this podcast. I'm sorry.
Yes.
We've been going for 1 hour and 47 minutes, and I think that my first attempt at trying to end the stream was 20 minutes ago.
I'm sorry.
It's cool. No worries. But nonetheless, Jelani, thank you for coming back. It was very interesting. All right. You know. It was great, and your perception of things, I just want to keep talking. All right, you know, I do want to keep everything going. If I had more
do want to keep talking. I like him.
Yeah, if I had more time, I would make this shit go for 4 hours. But obviously, we don't all have the same amount of time. So, but
I have to edit.
Yeah. If you think the stuff that I say right now is interesting, you gotta be there. When I talk to Saint, like on the phone, we talk about interesting stuff all the time.
True. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
And then you tell me about them on pre-loops, and then I give you my input as well. It's cool, bro. We need this interaction. We need this.
Yeah.
Ever. Free Britney.
We're fucking numbered, alright? Like, we need some actual interaction. So,
yeah.
That is why this podcast is here. hold on. Let me check when the podcast was first thought of. All right. Because
I think it's a conspiracy. I literally think that the judge is getting money from the dad, and somehow it's all tied in. It's all Britney's money. They're farming her. I'm sorry.
Talking about
Yeah.
Yes, it really fucks with me, man, because I can't imagine that happening to me or somebody I love. And I mean, I do
Yeah,
like Britney. I don't love her, though.
Yo,
Yeah.
the 29th of June is. Wait, okay, so should we count the first year anniversary of the Loophole Podcast based on introducing people to the idea or the first ever episode?
First ever episode.
Okay, because the first time we actually introduced it, all right, was the 29th of June. Today's the 27th. And the first ever episode we've done of the Loophole Podcast was somewhere in like July. I think it was July 15th. I'm not too sure. Let me check.
Okay, so in July would be the anniversary.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can still celebrate the idea.
No. It was August 14th. Yeah, it took us 2 months to get the podcast going. Why? Izzy was busy.
AZ was busy.
See, like, I'm not blaming it on him because he's a cunt now, alright? But it was, that's literally who, like, that was literally why the podcast took 2 months to make. This man was not responding to anybody. This guy was acting like Hollywood way before all of this. But
yeah. However, I
act like Hollywood because I am Hollywood.
You're worth the Hollywood.
I can't trust my friends no more.
You can trust me.
Yeah.
Up in the hills, now that's my neighborhood.
Okay, we're gonna get copyrighted.
Can't trust these niggas like they say they could.
Thank you, everybody.
Like they say they could.
Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching to the Loophole Podcast. It has been a blast. Catch us on Friday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll probably have a guest, maybe not. I don't know what will happen, and maybe you'll see Jelani again, or not. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what the future holds? But thank you guys so much for watching. Bless up and stay hype. Crystal, what do you tell to the people?
East Coast shoddy, but right now I'm all the West. I'm not from out here by the way that I be dressed. Okay.
That's not what you say. What you normally say.
Oh, be kind.
Yeah. Bless up and stay hype. Thanks you all for watching. I guess you can say bye, Jelani.
Goodbye. It was nice being in here. I love to be here. But since I have nothing else to really say at this point, it's good that I should be going. So, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Oh, is he gone?
Left?
I wanted to talk to him after the podcast.
Oh, he left? Oh, are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live. I wanted to talk to him. Wait.
Yeah. I wanted to say something about Eugenia. Okay. We're still live, I won't. Kidding. I'm kidding. It's a meme. I love her.
He left
God.
soon. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Bless up and stay hype. Fuck Lady Gaga and penis.